Well, hello, everyone. Welcome to Real Estate with Ryan. So excited to be with you on a Saturday. That's a spring Saturday. It is officially here. Spring's in full momentum, and we're having a great day, great weekend. SEC play. Falls are playing. It's an amazing weekend. A lot going on. Kiddos, AAU, basketball, sports are starting. Softball, lady softball. Oh, my goodness. They're off to an amazing streak, undefeated, and so much going on. Thank you for tuning in for Real Estate with Ryan. We've got an amazing show for you, as always. Is the spring housing market opportunity or is it overpriced? You decide. We're covering that and so much more. Real Estate with Ryan. And if you're tuning in the first time, thank you so much. We always are airing on our social media channels. In case you happen to miss Real Estate with Ryan, no worries. We got you covered. People are busy. We got it. No big deal. So we're on News Talk 98.7 at 1 o'clock, live on the radio there. Talk Radio 92.3 FM, AM 760. Also streaming live on their Facebook. Talking about streaming. Of course, we're on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and of course our podcast, Spotify, Google, you name it. So in case you missed the show, we got you. And it's a good show. We're talking about a lot of different things. Most importantly, the market. And I know we're talking about the spring market, how to get your home ready and what needs to happen to do that. As I mentioned last show or previous, we're getting our father-in-law's house together and what that takes. And I thought as the spring is blooming and things, flowers are changing, how important that is to go over that. And then this opportunity in the market. So is today's opportunity in the spring market? Is it an opportunity for the buyers or is it still overpriced? You decide, and we'll talk about that. So before we get going, we got our congrats, new listings, and a lot going on over here at Hometown. So we got 141 Tristan Court, Lenore City, brand new listing. Check that property out. New listing in Kodak. About to hit the market first of the week, 225 Pawnee Road in Kodak. Beautiful one-level home, in-ground swimming pool, huge detached garage in the back. Could have potential, mother-in-law space there. Just a lot of opportunity. Congrats to our pending on 8416 Graceland Road. Then we got one over on 33 West Depot Avenue. Penthouse sold down in Regas. Regas took 2 times. Got it back under contract as far as working this deal out. And 2 specific buyers and was able to get it done. That's a story for another conversation. But congrats to our great seller on that. I mean, just an amazing opportunity. And an amazing opportunity for the buyer owning a penthouse down there. Prime real estate. There's nothing else like it. So perfect opportunity there. Congrats on our waterfront lot on English Mountain Point in White Pine. And congrats to our great seller, 555 West Jackson Avenue in downtown Knoxville. Beautiful condo down there. All right, so a lot going on. Hope everybody's doing well. Missed you guys last week a little bit. It's been busy. How's the housing market? Interest rates. If you've been following the real estate market, you know the interest rates are to an all-time low that we've seen in a long time. That's great. So, no timer. It's okay. But one of those things is so important about the interest rates are that the opportunities that we have now, is it buying time? It kind of feels like it, right? It kind of feels like now is an opportunity for the buyers to get into the market. Now, we're seeing something that I saw the other day. The average days on market in the Knoxville housing market is still looking at about 71 days on market. That's increased in February. But as the market changes, as seasonality changes, we're going to expect to see that a little bit different. So I still think we're probably about 60 days in the Knoxville housing market as a whole. But that being said, we have some stuff in the Smokies. I think we're probably at 4 months in the market. Just depends on where it's at. And that homes across the country are changing. Market. Was on a great conference call with a lot of agents, top agents across the country yesterday, just going over different kind of ideas and mindsets and things that are going on in their marketplace and kind of correlates to the East Tennessee market. So I think one of the biggest things we'll see here in the spring market is had an offer on one of my sellers' property we were just discussing before we went on the radio. And I think a lot of sellers understand that now is go time, right? It's a great opportunity now that if your home is going to go under contract, if you get an offer, we want to make sure it's the right one. We want to make sure it's the right buyer, they're qualified, everything looks good. And we don't want long times in the market, long times closing, because we don't want to miss this opportunity. Hard to believe that the spring market is followed by what? summer. He said, well, no brainer, Ryan. Right. But that means the kiddos. And I've got kiddos, right? And you got babies and you're thinking, oh my goodness, how is a school year coming to the end? It's really hard to believe. It seems like when we get through the holidays and before you know it, here we are, school's here, kids out. Now it's spring break. Now school's over. Now it's basketball. Now it's this. It's life is just spinning. And I know you guys feel the same. So as the market spins in the housing market, let's talk about, are we going to make smarter decisions if we're purchasing or selling? Or how about you're doing both in this crazy market? That's an opportunity. But this year, the big question many people are asking, is the spring market full of opportunity, or are homes being overpriced? Or maybe have they been overpriced? That's probably the answer is they've been overpriced. But there's a shortage, about 1,500 homes in the Knoxville housing market on our supply. So that's a relatively low supply. Today, we're breaking down exactly what's happening in today's market, where buyers should be right now, and why this spring could be a strong opportunity for sellers in this market. What makes the spring market so different? I think every year, first things happen. You know it, I know it, the flowers start to bloom, but before that happens, more inventory increases, more homeowners decide to list their property. Homes show better in the spring, and families move in the summer. I told you about some great couples we have from Maine coming in. They're wanting to get in the Farragut school districts, have an opportunity to ride around with them, spend a little time. Lovely family. But they're preliminary, looking to see where they're at. They visited the high school and doing a little bit of their homework. And buyers, if you're in the housing market, if you're coming into our area, I can strongly urge, number one, the first thing you want to do is understand where you're moving, get a feel of the area. But number two, probably right with number one, get a great agent in your corner that knows this market inside and out, that can help you from start A to B. Make sense? Go through that process that can help you from the inspection and what season are we in? Are we peeking into multiple offers? And then we talked about that first offer. How important is that first offer where we don't want to come in too low and insult the seller, but at the same time, as a buyer, last couple of years, we want a little wiggle room. We want a little negotiation. It's a buyer opportunity, and it's there. And we're seeing that in the housing market. So get with a great agent that can know your marketplace. And as buyers, as we're relocating to this area, East Tennessee is so large, and there's a lot of areas to cover. With a lot of the tuition that's changed across the landscape here, with high schools and private and different things that are there, there's a lot more opportunities. Sellers, there's more opportunities for buyers. That is why, most importantly, we're looking at our pricing. That old saying, I had this down here, and it's kind of one of the things we've been in real estate, that if it's not compelling, it's not selling. Don't laugh, but that's true. So if the price is not moving and we're getting to a better market, we really have to have that conversation. It doesn't mean it won't sell. It just may not sell for the price we want to be today. But the real estate market is in cycles, right? What happened 6 months, 12 months ago is now we're kind of correlating that to this market. So unlike the stocks, they change daily. Real estate takes almost 12 months to kind of see what was happening prior. And when buyers jump into the marketplace, homes that are overpriced, they said for a while, we're seeing longer days on market. But the properties, and you've all seen them, that they're priced correctly, they show well, historically are moving pretty quickly. And of course, this is the best time of the year. We got this first section. I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time talking about where we're going in the marketplace, but we spent a little time with my father-in-law, helping them get their house ready and working with that opportunity and what it takes to get the property ready. There's just a lot going on. And it's always down, as you all know, we've got kids, we've got life. They've lived there 45 years in the property. It's an older home. And so with that process, you have to understand that you've got to get the storage unit, more than likely. You've got to go get the storage unit and take a lot of that stuff out. The number one thing we're seeing is clutter, man. Get rid of the clutter. The garage here, get your storage unit. Put it over there if you can. Less is better. It's always better. And that's so important. And what to know is that getting it ready to prep, making sure it has fresh paint, the blinds, the landscaping, and now the flowers are starting to come to bloom. Now the mulch, we want to have the curb appeal. I mean, all these are so important that as we kind of go into go time is what we would say, do we go into the opportunity of, well, kiddos will be out of school. I don't know here. So, Aries, how many more seconds we got there? We're running a little technical issues here. And we got a few more minutes here for the second half. But on the second half, we're talking about what sellers need to know. Coming right back on the second half of Real Estate with Ryan.
When speed matters, every second counts.
Wow, that was fast.
In real estate, speed is an advantage.
In football, speed is crucial.
In softball, speed is game-changing.
If you want your home sold fast,
trust Ryan Coleman and his team at Hometown Realty for fast results.
Thanks, guys. Go Big Orange.
Hometown Realty is East Tennessee's #1 real estate group and a proud sponsor of the Vols.
I'm Ryan Coleman with Hometown Realty. The real estate market's changing every day. You need to know your home's value in today's market. Text your home address to 290-2290 for an instant, no obligation home evaluation. That's 865-290-2290. And remember, when you're ready to sell, we have a guaranteed sale program to get you in your next home stress-free. Trust your hometown experts. We've helped thousands of people just like you. All right, we're back at it, Real Estate with Ryan, second half. It's technology. It's Friday. Everything that goes on. I don't know about you guys, but our Friday and our Mondays, it's always those days, right? Always seems like that's going on, and it's hard to get the timer, and it's life. It's real estate. Well, thank you for tuning in. If you're tuning in for the first time, my name is Ryan Coleman, Hometown Realty, and we do this little show, Real Estate with Ryan, going on 10 years. We talk about real estate, the housing market, how everybody's relocating across the country to our great town. How is it affecting prices? And, of course, we talk a little Vols, life, and, always bragging on my kids a little bit and family. So thank you for tuning in. If you're starting on the housing market, where do you start? We're talking about today the spring housing market. Is it opportunity or is it overpriced? Well, a lot of you would say it was overpriced, but you still see homes are selling. So as the market goes, as a great seller that I was talking to today, I said, home's worth what a buyer and seller are willing to pay, right? And so the market is always going to dictate our value and where things are at. I really see our housing market for the rest of the year to really be strong and impactful. I think that you'll see, I know we've got a lot of war and there's always something going on, but I really think that the rates are under 6%. Our 15-year mortgage is half of what it was, so it's about 5.5, 5.3. That's a really good rate. We had one client that I was talking to. He said, "We're trying to see the 4%." Don't time the market to say, "Hey, well, is it 4%?" We may never see those rates again. We really may. And we were preparing for the show, and last week I had an opportunity of kind of preparing. I had the news. Fox News was over there, business or whatever was on the side, and it said, the most searched Google term. I said, uh-oh. It said housing market. Oh, let me see what that is. And it says the most searched Google term was can't sell my house, and it's the highest that it's been since 2008. So if that tells you something, if the mainstream news is talking about what's going on, obviously in the housing market, it's a little different than what it was 2 years ago. Not that it's bad, not that it's super good, but it is what it is, right? It's the housing market. And in today's market, more than ever, you got to have a great real estate agent in your corner. And experience matters. There's a lot of great agents out there. A lot of great ones listen to the show. We talk to them all the time. But there's something about experience. Something about experience, been there, done that. I get it. A lot of properties on these Zillows, and you get the agents, and you get different opportunities. And those are options. But you really need somebody that's knows this marketplace and that can navigate you through those experiences. Because I can tell you, from moving, from helping people, from relocating to all the way across the country to out the country, right? We just moved somebody to London. And you can't, it's too stressful as it is to, number one, do it yourself. That would just, don't do that. I mean, I know that there's opportunities and sometimes there's times for that. But if you're going to do it, definitely team up. We're big about teamwork. Number two, if you're ever going to try the housing market, don't do it while we're at war, all these different things going on, the housing, like it's just not now. Now's not the time. Get with a great team. Get with any agent you may want. Obviously, I think we're a great choice, but get with somebody that you can trust that can start you from start to finish, that's got your back. And that's why we do this show all the time. And talking about that, before we get going, talking about great teamwork, we're talking about our Vols. How about 60-second Vol update? Drum roll, please. As always, the Vols are in full action. We got basketball. March Madness is officially here. So many things going on. Let's see what we got. Softball games. Undefeated. Tennessee, number one in the nation. Now, listen, make sure you follow our channels. There's not many more games left. Hometown Realty is giving away tickets. And I'm telling you, we've got some amazing videos from walk-off, home run slams to game-winning pitches. Carlin hopefully will be back here feeling better, seeing her have an amazing performance. Like, share, and follow our page. Hometown Realty, we're sending you to the big games, all the big games. Might be March Madness, never know. Make sure you like, share, and follow our pages. We've got so much as the whole year goes on. And make sure you don't remember, listen, it's March, weeks away. Weeks away, we're going to spring game. No tickets needed there. Hope to see you there. All right, let's see what else we got. Ole Miss, Lady Vols, Sunday, March 27th. That's big. And then we got Tennessee Tech the 24th, Sherry Parker Lee Stadium. Ole Miss, Sunday the 28th. And then Sunday, Ole Miss on Saturday and Sunday, a double hitter on Sunday. So we've got a game at 6 and 2 p.m. on Sunday. And then make sure you check out softball. We have a giveaway. Sending you good autograph softball of Carlin Pickens. Ole Miss versus the Lady Volunteers. March 29th at 1:30. Okay? And so much going on, and that is our Vol update for the moment. Hometown Realty, proud sponsor of the Vols. Go Big Orange. Amazing what our program's doing. And I know our, different things going on, but I thought it was pretty cool to be undefeated. And ladies look really good. So what do you guys think? Hope you're enjoying the season, and thank you guys for supporting us. Thank you for liking our page. We do these things, but obviously, if we can help you any way in real estate, business, life, whatever, let us know. That's what we're here for. I have an amazing team. Shout out to my team. They try to make me look good, make me try to stand out there and do the best we can. I have an amazing support group here at Hometown. So you're not just hiring one, you're hiring a great team that cares about you. And it's so much bigger than a sale or anything like that, right? It's bigger than transaction. Hey, it's your family, and we want to treat you that way, and it's a big deal to us. So we appreciate you listening every week. So if you're starting out and you're thinking about, where do I start, Ryan? I'm buying, I'm selling. Where do I start this search? I know there's Zillow, there's Realtor.com. I'm going to give you some tools, very easy. I won't spend much time on it, but if you're starting to search and you're buying, go to the App Store, look up Hometown Realty Real Estate. It's a free app. Download it. You're going to get our MLS, but you're going to get properties that are instantly sent to you. If you're selling, you want to see what's selling in your neighborhood, you can instantly get that as well. There'll be text to you, email, all that. So it's a very easy process, and it's a great opportunity to start that process. I mean, in our app, if you have questions behind the scenes, we're behind the scenes. We're working the app. You can ask a live agent all the time. You're not talking to somebody in, different state or something like that. So you're talking to your experts here in this area, and it's no charge. So it's definitely something. Download that app. It is a must-have for 2026. And if you're thinking about selling, but Ryan, I'm not ready for you to come out. No worries. We've got a great opportunity to text your home value. It's free. It's 865-290-2290. It's simple. Everybody texts. I know we get on the computer, whatever, but text me and my team. We'll give you an instant value. Now, obviously, we haven't seen the home yet, but we can give you the most up-to-date maximum value, what we can sell now. And that's really where you want to start, right? That opportunity to say, okay, what is my home worth today with the rates and how things have changed, Ryan? And then when I'm ready, I'll call you out. So again, that number, 865-290-2290. Text it anytime, 24 hours a day. We'll get right back to you, get you some answer little basic questions, and then we'll get right back to you. So that's where you want to start. So got to get that in there because it is springtime. It is the opportunity. What do buyers need to know now? Many buyers are asking whether they should buy or wait for prices to drop. And I see that. The guy I was talking to about in the first quarter of the show, he was like, well, maybe we wait till the 4% rate. I said we could wait, or we could watch the prices go up. Because we may never see 4%. So trying to perfectly time the market is extremely difficult. What matters most is when buyers find a home that fits their lifestyle and budget. I mean, I told you we have family members that are moving, and when the wife walked in, she said, "This is her house. This is her house." And as a good man, what do? I've got to get that house, right? You got to make it happen. So, got to keep mama happy. That's so important. And we laugh about that stuff, but we all know, though, don't laugh, guys. We all know if mama's not happy, nobody's happy. So we want to keep mama happy. So what do? We sell the home. It's so important. And I laugh all the time, but we're showing property and things going on. And it's how important it is that one of our spouses makes that decision, and usually it's a wife that has a key role in that. I love it. During the spring, buyers often benefit from more inventory, and that's really the opportunity. If you're selling and buying now, more inventory means more selections, and there's more opportunities that if you're looking at a certain area or location, that's going to be there. It means more choices compared to the winter markets. Interest rates may fluctuate, but historically, home values have trended up over time. Many experts say date and rate. What do they say? Hey, marry the date? No. They were saying, hey, date the rate, marry the house. That's so true. It really is so true. Sellers need to know that spring is often one of the best times to list their property. Now is where we're going to get the home looking the best and the opportunity where more buyers are filling the marketplace. Today's price, it's sensitive. The market's sensitive. Buyers are comparing prices closely. Focus correctly on pricing, presenting your home well. Make sure you have a strong agent that has the right marketing strategy and exposure, not just here locally, but out of state, and reaching the buyers that we need to reach. Price well, and to show the most opportunity to get you the best price. And we know during that time, we're running out of time. Appreciate you staying with us so much. I hope you have an amazing week. Look forward to seeing you back next weekend, and go Big Orange. See you back next weekend.